Okay, we're going to start with where I left off, but I'm just going to fast forward. I was talking about a check that his brother would deliver every month. They were there 5 minutes a month to visit, and they thought that or his sister-in-law thought that she knew, everything that she thought she knew, but she didn't know crap, because she didn't even get out of the car. Jerry, on the other hand, was his brother. He liked me because I'm a junker. I get things, fix them, or find things and give them away, sell them, whatever. And he did the same. But after that little APS stint, she concocted this eviction stint that basically she was evicting me, or she had Grady. Basically, she did it, but Grady, the old man, he claimed he didn't know anything about it, but later found out that the court sent him documentation that he had in his possession. But anyway, she coerced him to evict me because of the mess, and the reason for eviction was that I was making it unsafe living conditions. I have gotten junk in the outhouse, in 2 outhouses outside. Well, first of all, you don't live outside. He didn't live outside in the barns, and pretty much, tell your husband to quit coming and getting junk from me and taking it to your house if you're going to try to evict me. But anyway, he ended up ending that eviction, and pretty much this shows you what kind of character this lady was. He told her that he didn't want to evict me. She stopped it, and she told him it cost her $200 to stop it. That's a lie. It don't cost you anything, you just don't show up in court. And basically, she did it herself. The paperwork was filled out herself, so she had no attorney. So anyway, continue on throughout the years. His partner would tell me to unplug the internet when he was gone to the store. And I didn't know why, but I found out why, because the old man would go online and check his bank account during and after his partner went to the store, and they would end up having fights. But he started telling me to unplug it, and then whenever I found that out, I stopped unplugging it, and pretty much had that in my chest, on my, it's just wrong. So anyway, everything that pretty much I did for the 6 years, I didn't get paid for, compensated for, thank you or nothing. And I pretty much figured out that his partner was basically the one getting the reward. Like, I insulated his roof inside his attic with insulation I provided, did it myself, and basically whenever I had talked to him about it, he was raising Cain because his electric bill was $350. I said, I've been in your attic. The reason why your electric bill is $350, you don't have insulation. Oh, yes, I do. No, you don't. You just have paper. It's ripped up paper. It's an old house. I said, I can get some insulation and put it in for you. Well, how much are you going to charge me? I said, whatever you think is fair. I found it 2 hours later. A cancer center was remodeling, and they had a bunch of insulation they were getting rid of, and basically I found it, had it, put it in the next day. Was pretty much waiting what he thought was fair, and there was no thank you. And so his partner came home. I asked his partner, so what's up with the insulation? He says, what are you talking about? I said, well, he didn't compensate me or nothing for it. What did you think? What was you thinking he was going to do? And I said, well, we had talked about it, and he said, I told him whatever he thought was fair, and he said, okay. And a couple of days later, his partner comes up to me and says, oh, Grady told me to tell you, thank you for the insulation. I said, that's it. He goes, what did you expect? So stuff like that throughout the 6 years. But anyway, fast forward up to this past year that I was full-time 24/7 care POA, power of attorney. I was his executor. He put me in the will. I helped him with the will. Yes, I helped him with the will, but it took us a month. I made it clear in my head and in his head that none of this is coercion on my part. If he didn't understand something, we stopped. I printed stuff off so he could read it, or I explained it more to him, and then we continued. And like I said, it took a month. It was like pulling teeth, because his partner, actually, when he went to jail, was complaining and raising Cain about him putting him on the deed to the house. And this is a long story, so I'm going to stop here and I'll continue on the next video. And if I'm boring you, it just gets better.